When you get dressed, you should long. Hi guys, this is going to be the last segment of this 3-part series. But this morning I woke up, I had to go babysit, so I had to literally leave my house at 6:30 and I didn't have any time because I slept through my alarm for 30 minutes. Like literally it was, I have an alarm clock. Also, please ignore my bed because I just threw everything that was on my desk onto my bed. The alarm clock is literally right next to my bed and I slept through it for 30 minutes and I had to wake up. So my mom came in my room and woke me up and I literally like jumped out of bed like as if like the world was ending. Like it was dramatic. Didn't put on any makeup and I just ran out the door. I didn't even eat breakfast. Thankfully, yeah, the person I babysat actually had food for me. And I typically don't eat eggs that are made by other people, but I actually ate hers and they were delish. So I pre-bought this. I got the POV, the Whip It, the Drip It, and the Amp It by Michaela. I didn't get the Glaze It, unfortunately, because it was sold out by the time I actually got on her website. So I only got a couple of them, but I'm really excited to try this out. I ended my last video literally just talking about how thankful I was to be alive. Like I was just very thankful, and I didn't really think like, okay, this is gonna be like a serious like life-altering situation. 12 o'clock right now and I'm just now putting on my makeup. I haven't been putting on makeup for the past couple of days and I've really enjoyed just like looking at myself in the mirror and actually liking what I see. That's a really good place to be. I didn't really have training, and thankfully my mom, like, she like literally was on it. She was like, what exactly is type 1 diabetes? What do I need to know? Do I need to like find a doctor? Yes, step 1, right when you're diagnosed, get a doctor's appointment as soon as possible. Thankfully, the one that was really good where I actually live that I've had so many issues with now, she was like completely booked. She had actually closed her acceptance for new patients literally 2 days before I was diagnosed. Crazy. So my mom finally called up there and she was just like, my daughter was like literally just diagnosed. Like I need a doctor. Like I literally don't know where else to go. I've heard that you're absolutely amazing. Could you please just take her? In the beginning, I know I talked about this specific doctor's office. If you've watched my other videos, it's just gone downhill. I just don't think they have a good team of people. I did mention in my last video that I found out that I was diagnosed with PCOS. I have an ultrasound that is going to confirm if I have a cyst or not. I think I've had PCOS for a really long time, but the doctor's office that I've been at has never communicated with me like anything about my labs. Like why is this sticking out? Okay. It's just been like a whole like debacle. They were mainly focusing only on type 1. So even if like my labs did say something different, I think that they wouldn't have even really told me, even if they were doing as well. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay, Michaela. Okay, savage. I like how this doesn't like smell bad. It just smells very clean. Even though I did just put sunscreen on my face. She's the best endocrinologist where I live. This specific town, like every single other one, they're like old men who literally just don't put out any effort. I knew another type 1 diabetic and she had a totally different endocrinologist at the same doctor's office, and she literally was just like, he's not great. I just really had to kind of figure it out as time went on, but also I just really didn't continue to take care of myself. I was accepted into this specific doctor's office and it was absolutely just such a blessing. I was really, excited. I didn't know what all was gonna happen as I, kept, oh my gosh. Oh, holy moly. Okay. I just like threw it everywhere. Ordinary, you got me kissing the ground. I got a doctor's appointment. I went and like we didn't really like know what all was gonna happen. The only thing that was like super annoying is that every single doctor that I talked to was like, you can eat whatever you want, but like the person that I trained with like gave me a chart and like told me like you can eat certain things, but they didn't tell me how to like like, you're gonna have to take long-acting insulin and you're gonna have to take short-acting insulin. Nothing. Like, they didn't tell me anything. So it was just a very strange situation, because it was like, my mom was researching it and she was like, this is a condition that's very, you know, not, like, you can't just eat anything. I have to eat certain things. I have to do certain things. Like, I literally have been feeling sick for so long. Like, I used to run, and now I don't, because I've been feeling so sick. Like, I mean, finding out that I have PCOS is another, like, very clear answer. Oh, wow, this is amazing. Okay. My face feels, like, very prepped. It feels very prepped, and I have not felt prepped in a long time. I've gotten out of working out, and I really need to get back into it. It was just a very weird time period too. I was diagnosed January 17th of 2021, and I didn't think like anything of it. It was just a very weird time period because of the way that people were acting, because they wouldn't let my parents stay with me in ICU. They would only let one person be in the room with me whenever I was moved out and into a regular room. So it was like my parents couldn't be with me even though I was literally about to go home and like be with my entire family. It was very interesting because the first experience that I ever had with a pharmacy was this very small business that we had all of my stuff sent to, and my mom drove up to the window and she was like, hey, like, we have this, you know, order that we have to get. I was first put on Novolog. I think Levemir was the long-acting that I was first put on, because that's the typical stuff that they give you whenever you leave the hospital, which I think is stupid. I think that they should be giving Tresiba and Novolog. I have found that combination to be a lot better than the other one. So we literally went to the pharmacy and I'm sitting in the passenger seat like, okay, like, thank God, like, I'm out of the hospital. And the pharmacist was like, yeah, it's gonna be like, I can't remember how much she said it was, but it was like an astronomical amount. And she was like, are you sure you want to pay this? And my mom was like, what kind of question is that? I still can't believe that pharmacists literally still ask me to this day, do you know how much it is? And they're like, I mean, I spend about like $600 every single time I go to the pharmacy and get everything. And I'm like, yeah, like, I know how much it is. And they're like, are you sure you want it? Like, literally, y'all make me want to be a nicotine addict. Like, I want to start smoking. I want to become a chain smoker. Like, every single time you ask me that question, I hate it. Grow up. It just makes me so mad that, like, you would ask that kind of question. But I had my doctor's appointment. It was really good. I really enjoyed her. I really liked her in the beginning. She was really amazing. She had an amazing nurse. I was at first on the Libre Freestyle sensors, and then we moved over to the Dexcom G6. I liked the Dexcom G6. I just found it up to be a little bulky. And then I also didn't like the system where you had to buy the sensor and then the transmitter. I just didn't like that. I was like, I don't know. I like the G7 a lot better. I personally don't have any issues with it being off. I don't. There's been a couple times where it has been, but it's also just been where I put it. So that happened in January. That summer, my grandfather that I was really close to passed, so that was really hard, but I was still, you know, very thankful to be alive. I was like, okay, I'm here, I'm alive. And then I started college in August. So if you watched part 1, I said something about homeschooling. Okay, I was very thankful for my homeschool career. I wish I would have had a little bit more exposure to people my age. I was a part of a co-op, but it kind of went downhill because I'm a girl and a lot of girls aren't very nice in high school, just to be completely honest. I was the new girl, unfortunately. When I went to college, I felt very alone. So I went into college as a theater major, but I was very insecure. I was very awkward. Like, I hated myself, to be honest. It was just that season of, I don't really know who I am, because I was also diagnosed with this condition. I also bragged about it, to be honest. Was not great. And I would take shots in front of people. Like, I literally would pull it out and I would take a shot and everybody would be like, oh my gosh, she's taking a shot. Like, it was like a whole big deal, but I liked the attention. and I used my condition as a way to get people's attention. Not great. Had my 1-year diabetic anniversary. I bawled my eyes out. Like it was very sad. I was still very angry at God. Started becoming even more hostile towards the Lord. I didn't say anything. I was also in a church that was not good. I got a pump in March, late March of 2022. And 2 weeks later, I started dating my ex-boyfriend. He didn't know anything really about diabetes, so I can't sit here and like blame him about certain things and the way that he acted and the way that he treated me, because I know that I was a very insecure, very uncomfortable. I was just very scared, to be honest, of being in a relationship. And so I really put on a front in my relationship. I didn't really want to make him worry about me, so I put on a very hard front. Even though I had type 1, I kind of had it in control. This was during a season where I'm pretty sure that I had PCOS. I was having really bad stomach issues, and I just didn't tell him. I did not communicate a lot with this guy at all. Like 2 days into the relationship, we were already telling each other we were going to get married. Hyper religious, and I hated God in that time period. I hated God. I was so angry. I was so mad, and I got this pump, and I didn't communicate well with this boy at all. I was not communicative. I was just very hurt, and I didn't want him to see that. And so I wouldn't really let him like open doors for me, but like I was very clingy. My whole identity became this boy, even though I knew I shouldn't be in this relationship and I should be figuring out what I needed to do for diabetes. It was just a season of I hate myself, I hate God, and I'm using someone to fill that hole, and that was not good biblical grounds at all. But the last straw for him was I went so low that I literally like started, I couldn't think. Like I don't even remember this happening. I literally started doing this thing where my head would start like flipping backwards, and I was that low, and my eyes started apparently rolling in the back of my head, and he literally had to strap me down to the passenger seat because he was going to take me to my house, and because my parents were home and he didn't know what to do. And that was a wake-up call to him as to how dangerous this condition was. It was about a week afterwards that he broke up with me. I was so in love with him because I liked that he manipulated me in a way into thinking that I was literally his. Like I had no identity outside of this guy. As someone who has a condition, who doesn't really like themselves, as someone who is struggling mentally, having someone in your life who says that you have no worth outside of them and manipulating you to the point to think, I hate you, don't leave me, is honestly a very scary place to be. It scared me. I became extremely suicidal. It was not good. It was very scary. It's a very scary place to be. I'm not gonna get into like every single little detail that happened with this guy, but he made me feel absolutely worthless, and I did not take care of myself. I literally lost my mind. It's not just a physical thing, it's also a spiritual thing, and that's why, you know, I preach, like, if you're not doing good with your words, your actions are going to be a lot worse, because actions speak louder than words. That is a philosophy that I live by. Don't ever tell someone who's struggling, who wants to end their life, that they have no hope. Because when you tell someone like, oh, like you were never a Christian, like that's literally just hands down saying you're too far gone. There's no hope for you. And that's what is communicated to you. So there's so many aspects on top of like me going through this breakup, me having type 1 diabetes. Like this all happened, and then I lost my grandfather. All happened within a 1 year span of time. Like 1.5 years. I finally have gotten over this guy. It's been a couple years, but I finally have just been like, I'm not doing it anymore. Like, deuces, whatever. I am now in this place of restricting myself on food. I personally believe that every single type 1 diabetic should be doing that. Do I still struggle with type 1? Absolutely. Do I still struggle with my faith? Absolutely. I was saved last year in January. I've had type 1 diabetes for 4 years. Has it been an easy journey? Absolutely not. It is such a hard reality to live, and the diabetic community isn't great. I've talked about restricting myself. I've talked about just my own personal life, and I have had people be so mean about it. It's my life. It's my body. I understand if you want to eat like the average American, the average human. I know if you want to eat junk food every single day. I don't think a lot of people realize how much food has an impact on their bodies until they get a condition. To be honest, I am very much sure that the only reason that I was diagnosed with type 1 and now PCOS later, and I was able to enjoy my childhood, is because my parents focused on fruits and vegetables, being outside, living large. Like, we did not eat like the average American child. I still have moments where I get super depressed. I fully believe that the Lord is my everything, and that, you know, being now in a place of, I'm okay if I'm single forever. I'm okay if I meet someone and I get married and have kids. Like, I don't care. Preferably, I don't want kids right now. Like, I just don't want to. It's just something that I'm dealing with, that I'm struggling with. There are some things that took a lot of effort starting in August of last year, so 2024, fighting to get a pump, and I finally got an insulin pump. I had a terrible run-in with my old doctor's office, and my mom and I worked hard to be able to get in this new doctor's office. Mainly my mom, shout out her, she's amazing. She goes the extra mile and she counts all of the carbs for the meal so that I can take my insulin and make sure that I take my insulin at least 10 to 15 minutes before I eat. Like, the accountability that I have is insane. Sometimes I'm super angry at it, but I'm also very thankful. But the Lord was good to me. He made me go through all of these things to show me like that I am not in control. The Lord is. And I can't control how people feel, how situations end up, how relationships end. I have no control over that. Only the Lord does. And even though every single person can make their own decisions, I also have to release everything and just allow the Lord to work. Like, I can make decisions, but I just have to allow the Lord to just move on with his divine plan. Even though I can say, like, I control my blood sugar numbers, to be honest, every single morning I wake up and I pray, Lord, I really need a good day. Like, I need a really good day, because you allowed me to wake up this morning. I didn't have to. You could have taken me out of my sleep. But my time is not to be done now, and it's to continue. And just being able to have all of these crazy experiences in such a short amount of time has been very exhausting. It's been very dramatic. With my diabetic story, it's very different from other people, but it's also the same. There's so many people who have gone into DKA not knowing anything about type 1. And if you're that person, I just want to tell you that you are very special and you are very unique. Please do not let other people control you. I had that. I had someone literally manipulating me and controlling me to the point to where I did not think my worth was outside of this guy. You are in control of yourself. If you have people in your life that are dragging you down, whether you're diabetic or not, but especially type 1 diabetics, your blood sugar, literally, your blood is in your brain. So when your blood sugar is high or low, it affects your brain. I'm not joking. So you have to make decisions that are best for you. If you have to let go of that friend or that boyfriend that are continually keep dragging you down, let them go. I know it's going to be hard. I've had to do this in the past literal year. Let those people go because they don't care about you. Your life matters so much more than them. They're not diabetics. They don't understand. Diabetics understand diabetics. Please make sure that your labs are communicated well with you, because I'm pretty sure I've had PCOS for years and I just wasn't told about it. Type 1 or any endocrine issue, you can have up to 3 different illnesses, so get on that, just letting you know. I feel so much better. Like, you guys have no idea how good I feel about myself and my blood sugar and where I am just being my single Pringle self. Thank you guys so much for watching this 3-part series. I know that it was a lot of talking. It was a lot of me blabbing my mouth. If you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.